just told a friend of ours on the dinner table, oh my God, your hair is so white.
Oh yeah, that was so bad.
Yeah, also Dad, you dropped some of the craziest things.
No, it was so
hold on. Dad has literally, I've been talking to a friend before, and he's said like your acne is so bad or something like that.
Yes, you said that.
Not only that, or it wasn't you said that. It wasn't my friend, it was somebody
I didn't want to say who you said that about too.
Along those lines, you've also just fell asleep during a dinner before or something. What was it? You
Must be really
fell
bad
asleep.
people.
How is it their fault?
Namaste. Welcome to the Zarna Garg family podcast where all 5 Gargs are in the house, and today's episode is going to make you angry. It's going to make you feel guilty. It's going to make you feel like, why did I say that? Did I mean it? The topic is things we don't mean to say, but we say them anyway. How do you get out of it? Do you stand behind it and go all the way down wherever it goes? What do you do when the words come out of your mouth and you're like, ah? Let's get into it. Does anybody have an opinion on the topic of things we don't mean to say?
So the reason we are starting with this topic is because this morning, Mom and Dad got into a fight, and Dad said something. He used a curse word. He said F off.
You can say F, yeah.
Yeah, he said F off to Mom. And I just thought that the topic was timely. Did you mean to say that?
I mean, to be fair, for a man who has never raised his hand on his wife all these years, I should already get tons of credit.
You do not mean that.
My parents and their forefathers would do that, and in this generation, I don't even raise a hand. So if I use an F word, I think it's a big delusion.
Wait, when you say raise your hand, you mean like hit her?
Yes.
Well, I feel like that's pretty. That's like
the
given.
baseline
That's
standard.
like the bare minimum.
Yeah.
I know, and I am meeting more than the bare minimum. Have I ever raised
Mom,
my hand?
how did it feel when he said that?
My life is like that, Bridge.
See, again, she's using my technique. My audience is really smart, and they can see right through that is using that technique, that she's using that technique. They're not going to get.
Let's do a poll right now.
See, now she's cheating my poll.
Let's do a poll on, do you think it feels good when your spouse says those words, or what do you think? Do you think it feels good? I'm sure you've had your spouse say that to you. F off, and then how did it feel?
I'm sure the audience would like to know the sequence of events leading up to that.
Yeah, I want to know too, because I wasn't here for that.
I also wasn't there.
Okay, so what happened was last night we got back from our Rhode Island shows, very late night. Bridge has been working really hard to develop a new tool for our team, and he was sleeping in, and Dad couldn't find his shorts. And so he went into every room.
This caused the whole fight?
And he woke you up. Did he wake you up?
Yes. Did he wake you up here?
No.
Okay. You don't wake up.
He woke me up too.
He woke you up too?
Yeah, because he came in our room.
And
no, but I knocked before I came.
Oh, so the knock woke me up.
So Mom was furious. I was also furious because I was upset because you barely sleep and you have insomnia, and it makes me upset when.
So Bridge, as a 20-year-old living in a dorm with boys everywhere and people everywhere, does noise really bother you?
Yeah. Wait, me it does. Veer it doesn't.
And when you get up,
I would have been mad too.
No, I'm not. I have like insomnia though. So for me, sleeping is not like I can't just go in and out of sleep. That doesn't happen for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I apologize. I didn't mean to wake you up, but those.
I accepted your apology.
No, hold on. The issue, don't go. Hold your acceptance
why would I
for a second until you have the layers of context that we need right now. Okay. There are layers and layers. I was mad that he woke you up and just went into everybody's rooms. 2, I was angry because I have years and years, decades of anger that he doesn't do his own laundry. But anytime something goes wrong, it's like, oh, this is missing again. I have almost 30 years of being terrified of his shirt is going to shrink. His t-shirt is going to shrink. Now, you know what? Officially on this podcast today, I'm announcing I quit. He can manage his own laundry. He can do it. He can not do it. He can send it out. There are a lot of laundry services. I'm sure they will do an impeccable job. So
I mean, you're making it sound like you are using your own hands to do laundry.
your point is that I don't do it with my own hands. A lot of our laundry goes out. There is a machine and it's true. But I'm the one who's constantly sorting and shifting the dark colors, the light colors, the expensive jacket. If somebody comes to clean our house, they have no idea that this is $1,000 t-shirt or a $5 t-shirt. If they see something in a laundry hamper, they're just going to put it in front of the machine. And I'm telling you, it's so easy, right? It's so easy to go, never make a mistake with a dry cleaner. You do it for a week.
In doing all of that, you're right that I went into rooms to look for a pair of shorts. But did you hear me complain about anything? Or you're upset about the act of just going into people's rooms?
We work till late.
But I wasn't. I get that point. I'm saying, how is that relevant?
Our issue was that you woke us up. Nobody here is worried
But
about you
you and Zoya
your
were already
shorts.
up. Were
No, we were working. First of all, here's the other
I
issue.
was already up.
No, I wasn't. Here's the other issue.
That's
He will buy one of something and hold on to it because he's a minimalist. Because he
It's
can
not the
afford to be.
minimalist. I like to buy high quality things as opposed to just.
Okay, whatever. So he will buy the high quality thing because he believes in it. But it's my job to track it. Did it go in the wash? Did it go in the dry clean? Meanwhile, I buy regular price things and I buy 10 of them because I can't be tracking every pant
Hold
and
on.
every shirt
But
constantly.
this is not what the topic is. The topic is, and you do this too, where you say things I think you don't mean. We're talking about this morning. Did you mean to say F off?
At that point, I did mean it.
What? You're supposed to say that you didn't mean it.
Do you still hold it now?
I mean, at this point, I moved on. If I hold on to every F off, I mean, I will never
but
be
you
able to
moving
live.
on doesn't mean she's moved on from it, right?
That's for her to decide. I'm just saying that if I hold on to every abusive thing that I do, how will I go on with life?
Wait, what are you?
abusive thing that you do. He
I
said.
meant to say like I'm not an abuser. I mean, that's just coming out wrong. That's just coming out all wrong.
If you could go back, would you take
Wait,
it
do you
back?
apologize for saying that to her? Or
No.
You stand on it. Okay.
Absolutely. But it was that moment when I said it. And like it's a part and parcel of a long marriage that has abuse dished out often in tough circumstances, and you move on. You don't just hold on to if I hold on to every F off, I will never be able to live life.
Okay, here's what I'll say. I do agree that you need to be able to move on from things you don't mean to say in conversations. With this fight specifically, just to make it clear, I'm 100% on mom's side when it comes to this, 100%. But just to go back to the topic, like Didi said, I do agree you have to move on from things said in the heat of battle because often, and you do this a lot, you say things you don't mean a
Zoya,
lot. No,
right?
you.
No, do you notice that his hand is this way?
How did she
You do it a lot. But I
What
still
did I
think
do?
I still think you should apologize. I think it just warrants like a quick like, listen, I said this. I do apologize. I didn't mean to say it. But that's all it needs. It doesn't
how do
need
you
a long out
apologize
affair.
correctly?
You look at them, you say, hey mom, I said this during our fight and I apologize for saying that. I didn't mean it in that way and I don't want it to come across as like anything that's terribly
You
more
take
than what
full
it is.
responsibility.
You take full responsibility, you apologize one time, and then everybody moves on.
I have to say, Bridge, you're good at apologizing.
Yeah. Well, I also rarely have to do it because I'm
Okay,
not the one
alright.
who's.
Okay.
I'm
You
not
did
the
not
one.
have to say that.
I'm not the one.
Like she was giving you your
In the
flowers
family,
and you burned
I-
them.
This is why I don't call
When
it.
it comes to angry moments in the family, I am the most level-headed during those angry moments, and you can't
Okay, so
convince
let me
otherwise.
ask you this question. For the three of you,
I agree with that.
you, Bridge, you, Zoya, and Veer, how many times have I abused you in your entire childhood?
Wait, can you
growing
please
up.
clarify what you
When
mean?
you use the
When you
word
said abuse, it sounds like you're like
Use an
you're.
F word or raise my voice
Okay,
on
so
you.
verbally
Oh,
abuse.
physically, of course, I'm not abusive.
No, hold on. Answer that, and then I have a follow-up question.
I would
You
say
can't cross your arms like that because the follow-up
maybe
question
like
is clearly
4
gonna
or
be
5
activated.
times.
In 20 years of life.
Yeah.
You, Zoya?
Said what?
Verbally abuse you.
Verbally raised my voice on you. I mean, I'm assuming you will agree.
I
I've never raised my
can
hand on
only
you.
think of like 2 times.
Yeah.
I remember one being that I made an international phone call because I didn't realize that if you call on your cellular plan and not on WhatsApp and you make the call, and it was a job interview in Tokyo because I don't know, at that point I was exploring opportunities internationally. I made a 45-minute call that charged us per minute for the phone call. And I remember you were livid.
Yes, that's true. I was actually angry at that because I thought that you could have done that same thing through WhatsApp, internet, and you were
I
already
just thought
setting yourself.
technology had progressed. And
Technology has not. Even today, if you make a cellular call using, one of the carriers as opposed to use the internet. you're
anyways,
charging
yeah,
for
I
it.
can only remember 2
What was
times.
the second one?
I can't remember, but I'm sure there's at least another time.
Okay.
I would say you haven't like seriously yet, but that could also just be the result of me being perfect. So
Oh.
Which you are.
lined
He
that
is
up.
perfect.
He was ready to
He was
say
ready
that.
for that
He was
one.
like, let me.
So now I am.
And now before even she says something, she will just attribute that to indifference.
No.
I just don't
it's
care.
Not indifference. It's not
good
indifference.
cop. I'm waiting for you
I
to drop the
think
good cop line.
The ratio matters. The ratio
Yeah, that is true.
of how
I
many
agree.
times you talk to your kids and how much percentage time of those times spent with your kids is spent yelling at them is the ratio that is relevant right now.
No, that is fact.
I spend a million, trillion hours with my kids, either bringing them to work, teaching them to do things, participating in their life events. Every single place, every single day, no matter what I'm doing, I'm there. Am I or am I not?
No, that's a great point.
As a
Yeah.
as a ratio percentage of from those millions of hours, how many times have I had an outburst on you guys where I'm like saying something that you guys think is unreasonable?
No, I completely agree
I
with you.
agree.
That was a great point.
Yeah.
I mean,
that is a good point.
which parent sat through every swim meet? If you are a travel sports parent out there, you know the levels of misery I'm talking about. Travel soccer, sports meet, every game when you were little. Oh, ice skating. Before the swim, there was ice skating. Before the flag football, there was track. It has scarred me so deeply that chapter in my book is a book that mothers all over America resonate with, because it's usually a lot of moms who have to deal with that whole drag. And it scarred me so deeply that this kid has been playing sports for the last 2-3 years. I don't even have the courage to show up anymore because I can't take it. I cannot take the amount of work involved.
Comment below if you know what the green sock story is.
Yeah,
from
if
the
you
book.
know the green sock story from my book, which a lot of mothers all over America have resonated
No,
with.
the green
I know,
sock
it's
made me
so
start crying
funny.
in the book.
But so his ratio, which has always been the issue, I've said,
Hold on, but this is
if
not-
you talk to them for 2 minutes in a whole week and 30 seconds of that talking is yelling, then you should question.
This is not the topic. The topic is Dad does not feel like he said something he didn't mean.
Yeah.
How often have you said things to Dad that you felt like you didn't mean?
It happens sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Does anything come to mind?
Yeah, so many times I've said.
Do you want
Do
to
you
apologize
do you
for anything?
apologize when you do it?
Or
I
now?
have no recollection. of
I literally
an
have
apology.
written apologies in text because I keep text trails.
Starting with a shut up.
That's voice to text.
Shut up,
I
comma.
have carpal tunnel
I'm sorry.
in both hands. Voice
Shut up,
to
comma.
text.
I'm sorry, shut up.
Voice to text doesn't like your name. That's not on me. Your parents named you what they named you. It's not
My mom
me.
called me Mickey all my life.
Okay.
She
So
still
should I
does.
call you Mickey?
No, I'm not saying, because only loving people call me Mickey. But, your text comes across that way. Shut up, comma. I'm sorry, shut up. That's the apology.
I have written trails of, the word sorry was in there.
Actually, I don't even know if the word sorry is in there.
Okay.
Because your texts are like your book. Like they're long and deliberate and intense and with examples from the past and examples from 20 years ago.
And funny.
Everything in your life that I do is inconvenient and annoying.
That's
Everything.
not true. That's
No, it
everything is
is.
inconvenient and annoying.
Okay, this is not the
Your
topic.
work
Can
is
we
not
return
inconvenient
to
and
the
annoying.
issue?
Yeah, my work is
Veer.
only not inconveniencing because it's paying our
I'm
bills.
severing this discussion. Veer, in school, have you ever said something to a friend, or have you ever answered a question and you felt like you did not mean what you said? In a heated
Can you give me an
moment?
example of what
Like,
that would look like?
in the sense that you just kind of were answering the question and you had wished you had thought it more.
Oh yeah,
thoughtfully
of
through.
course, all the time. Like an academic question, you'll answer something and you'll be like, and somebody will have an additional thought after. You're like, I thought of that. Like, why did I not say that? That type of thing. Obviously, to a friend, through friends. The thing about having friends is that to them, disrespect is not the same as disrespecting somebody you're related to at all. Because disrespect to them, it can fly. So I think you have to be super extra careful with them about saying something that you don't really mean, because you will not. It's also kind of awkward between guys, at least, to apologize. That's not something that you see a lot, a deep thought out apologies between guys. So I think one thing that people should always do, and that I'm going to try to keep doing going forward, is being super thought out about my responses and not saying something passive aggressively attacking them without really
What about
realizing it.
apologizing to a girl, like in a relationship, like you were in?
What do you mean? Do I apologize?
Yeah. Or
Of course.
does she apologize to you? Or
Yeah,
you-
both
or
ways.
Or is it just you apologizing all the time?
I know it goes both ways. Otherwise, it's not healthy. Why would it?
Do you see this? He's
Is that
inching his way.
manipulation?
No, he's inching his way to like I have to
why,
do.
Why don't we take a poll?
Oh, the boys, no.
In general apologies, how many times do you, in a relationship, do men find themselves apologizing, and how often is it the woman apologizing? Let's just see what people have
Well,
to say.
I think that, sensitivity comes to play here. And as a sensitive person,
Oh my god.
Wait, as a sensitive person, you don't say things you don't mean, or
no, but apologies can help sensitive people.
And men are not sensitive, women are.
I would say men on the margin are less sensitive than women. They are, right? I do think that that's probably true.
I see.
But that comes with other qualities. Women are a lot more empathetic. And this is a generalization. I'm not making some big, broad, but I would say on the margin, that is typically the case.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. Fair.
All right, well, it's time to get to the meat of this episode, which is mom. I let the first fight go because that one I 100% am on your team. But generally, when it comes to saying things you don't mean in the heat of the moment, you do it more than anybody I have ever met in my entire life.
Can you drop an example?
Yes, I can drop an example. One time, me and you got into a fight. I actually can't remember what the specific fight was about, but it was something, and you just got really, really mad at me. And we were fighting in this very room, like actually a very similar spot to here. I think it was just me and you at the room at the time, but then everyone else entered once they heard us fighting. And you said, you've done nothing for this family, you contribute nothing, and you're doing nothing, and you're not going anywhere, nothing you're gonna helpful, you don't care about us, why don't you just leave? You said that in the heat of the moment, in the battle, and after that, why are you like?
Because you're yelling at her.
I'm not yelling
She
at her.
obviously didn't mean that.
I know. I'm not
You're
saying.
so way exaggerating, Brit.
I'm not way exaggerating.
He's not exaggerating.
I'm actually not exaggerating
That's
at all.
That's not true.
I'm
He's
not exaggerating. That's
It does
actually what
sound
she
like
said.
your mom's words.
No, she did say that to me. Like that.
You
This is
told
something she
yourself
said to me.
this.
This is a factual thing that she had said to me, and I have texts like corroborating a lot of this stuff too. If I wanted to pull up the text, I'm not gonna do that. But if I wanted to, there are many texts like that as well. And she's also blocked me many times
Yes,
as well.
you have removed me on your Instagram.
She's actually never blocked me before.
And
Veer,
and the point is that you do it a lot. I have never ever like taken it. Like I've never ever just been like still upset over it. Or like 10 days later, I'm like, okay, mom, like we need to hash this out. We need to talk about it because I get it. It's a heat of the moment. You're leading a whole battleship. You're gonna get angry sometimes. You're gonna say things you don't mean. But I've always asked you to just apologize for it, right? That's all I say. And I always say with Didi too, because you guys get into more fights than anybody. I say, why don't you just apologize to Didi when you're wrong? And then that's it. And then
I
I
don't
let it
think
go.
we get into more fights.
And you never say to her, why don't you apologize to mom?
Yeah, I don't think I've ever heard Zoya apologize for anything ever.
Wait, I apologize.
Like even for that telephone call that you alluded to, I don't remember
She
saying sorry.
apologized 50 times.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
know.
she was crying for days.
Yeah.
Because she was like, I didn't know. And she was crying for days over that telephone call. And then we fought about it. I was like, nobody has taught her. How will she know?
I mean,
She didn't know
We didn't
how
even
to
have
call
ChatGPT
Japan.
at that point,
We didn't,
so-
she didn't know how
I
to
would
call
have asked
Japan.
Chat, being like, how do I call Japan? I
Literally.
don't know how to do that.
She called the way she thought she should call. Is like, use the phone.
Mom's the first to defend me.
But like I was there because you cried for days over it.
Yeah.
I'll pay you back. You were in London at the time.
No,
so
I
you called
was.
from London to Japan. And we got a notification in New York and you were like, I'll pay you back for
I
my
just think
money.
that this is a difference between immigrant culture and being born in America. Because I feel like when you're born here, you're taught just through social dynamics, almost to a fault, that you should be careful about the things that you say. Whereas in India, it seems like you guys just say and say and say and say.
yeah, I don't know about that. I mean, I think that if you're academically inclined, that like I have been, you're probably more careful with words. But yeah, people who have not had,
What?
you know, I mean, if you've been the kind of education and upbringing that I've had, you become more careful
In
with words.
America, it's...
You just told a friend of ours on the dinner table, oh my God, your hair is so white.
Oh yeah, that was so
Yeah,
bad.
also, Dad, you dropped some of the craziest things.
No, it was
yeah,
so
hold on. Dad has literally, like, I've been talking to a friend before, and he has said, like, your acne is so bad, or something.
Yes,
along those lines.
you said that.
Not only
Yeah.
I would
that,
never
not only
say
that,
that.
or it wasn't who said that. It wasn't my friend, it was
I
somebody
didn't
else.
want to say who you said that
yeah,
about too.
yeah.
I don't know who you said it to.
Along those lines, you've also just fell asleep during a dinner before or something. What was it? You
Must be really
fell
brave
asleep.
people.
Well, how is it their fault? You can't comment on. There are like certain, like social.
You just don't say
contract
that.
rules. Like, you don't comment on somebody's appearance, like aging.
I don't think dad grew up with these social cues. Like, I'm going to give him a slight pass on this. He's saying just from the fact that, like, you don't understand the American social cues the way that everyone else
Okay,
does.
but
why are we
30
giving him
years
a-
of
I don't
living in
agree. Yeah,
America,
come
like,
on.
come on.
That's a crazy
If you
dad.
talk to any
He's
Indian
literally-
father, I have a
Yes.
lot of Indian friends. I have a big Indian friend group. At college, I have Indian friends. If you talk to their dads, how do I put this? They're a lot less sensitive than dad. A lot less. Like, extreme amount. And I always give you credit for this on this. Like, you are a lot more progressive as an Indian father than every other Indian dad I ever meet. That is for sure true.
That's true.
That is for sure.
Actually,
And
I
most of them
agree.
wouldn't even do this podcast. Like, I can think of them and I could not imagine them agreeing to do a family podcast.
I think that was a
So
good
I do
part.
give you,
We
I
can
do
take a
give you
poll
that.
on this too if you want.
No,
There's no poll
there's no poll,
necessary.
we just agree.
We just agree. So
Yeah, I don't see your mother agreeing.
Why do I have to agree? You're getting it from the kids, right?
You're
What
right.
do you
I
care
don't
what
really
I
care.
think?
okay, but with that being said,
But you've said things that you don't mean.
yeah, of course, I
Where
have.
do you
Well,
see-
No, hold on.
Just
hold
to
on.
give you,
Just to give one more example
Oh, God.
of things that he has said. There was a young couple in our house. Like they were dating for a few months, and dad was like being social and talking to the girl and talking to the guy. And I'm not gonna name names, but they're distantly related to us. And then he's like, "So what's the plan?" And they're like, "Oh, we're dating. You know, it's going well." And he looked at the woman and said, "He's never gonna marry you."
Did you say that?
I don't have any recollection of that.
Dad, why is
Dad,
your memory
what-
so
Yeah,
bad?
do you-
And then he's like, "I asked the plan, and he doesn't have a plan." And it's like,
Oh yeah, I do remember that. I do remember that. And it's been 2 years and there has been no marriage. Just letting you know.
But they want a date. Like, it's okay. Not
I'm just saying that the
everybody
girl
is
was ready. I don't like guys, and both of our sons, and you will attest to it, are exactly not like that at all. Boys who do not respect girls' time. And our sons are not like that, right? They're very respectful of girls' times.
They are dating, the two of them. Nobody
But
asked
there has
you
to be a
jump
plan
in
of
with
some
your
kind.
opinion on whether or not this boy is serious or not. They're not our
I guess
kids.
there's something refreshing about his honesty.
Oh, great.
Because you do have to take the good with the bad. Like, dad is a very honest person. We comment on it.
Yeah, I mean, just because I said what everybody else was thinking,
But the appearance thing is really bad.
Yeah,
Because
that
people
is-
get really sensitive about, like, acne and graying hair. And when
I
you
didn't say when you had acne, I never said anything. Did
Oh
I?
my God. Did he
Bro, not
you
the-
said- Oh my
did, are you
God.
kidding me?
Did I? What did I say to
You
you?
literally looked at me and you said, "Did something happen to you?"
You know,
As
actually,
if
I want
was
to say something.
mauled by
I
a
want to say
bear
something. I
in
want to say
my
something.
face.
Didi, I'm sorry for acting the way I did when you had acne because I see in hindsight now that it was extremely disrespectful.
that was really sweet, and we accept your apology.
No,
You were the worst.
We
You were
accept
the
it.
worst offender.
We accepted it.
Why are you accepting it?
Why are you?
Because
doing
why
that?
don't you
It was very
apologize too?
and seeing him do that was hurtful to me because I had to mediate both of their relationships because he kept disrespecting her.
You were worse
So
than
we
Veer.
apologize.
You were way worse than Veer.
All right, yeah, we're good.
No, you. Oh my God.
We're taking a brief pause to tell you about our sponsor for today, Monarch. Now, most finance apps will tell you about the money you've already spent, the mistakes you made, the things you regret. Not Monarch. And that is why it is my most favorite app because it can help you set goals, plan for the future, set limits so you get warning signs as soon as you get close to limits.
Monarch is the personal finance app that tracks everything: accounts, investments, saving goals, and spending. Get your first year off Monarch for half off, just $50 with promo code ZARNA.
It is time to take control of your finances. It's not gonna happen unless you do something to control your finances. If you're anything like me, you wake up every day wishing things were different.
Use code ZARNA at monarch.com to get your first year half off at just $50. That's 50% off your first year at monarch.com with code ZARNA.
Before we get back to the episode, I would like to talk about our sponsor for today, Function Health. You have to take control of your health. Everything that's been bothering you that you've been thinking about, am I low iron? Am I low magnesium? And do I need to get my blood tests? Did I do my annual this, that, and the other thing? Please just join Function Health and make it easy. What do you think is gonna happen if you don't take control of it? Do you think you're gonna automatically feel better? Do you think you're gonna automatically just fix yourself? No, the answer is no. Don't do any deep thinking. Jump right into Function Health. This is a company that is making healthcare so much easier.
Check your health the way I do. 160 plus lab tests a year for $365, plus the ability to dive deeper into your results with functions, tested connections due to platforms like ChatGPT and Claude. Join at functionhealth.com/Zarna or use gift code Zarna25 for a $25 credit towards your membership. Now back to the episode.
No, before you go to the episode, here is a message to every mom. If your kids' health records are impeccable and yours are not, it is time to take control of it, and Function Health is making it easier. There's nothing to be proud of where your kids have all their labs done and you don't.
I mean, I had acne at the same age as you too, so I understood that it's probably not the easiest thing to deal with.
Yeah, but you're not supposed to comment on somebody else's
But I'm your father. I
appearance.
thought I could have a conversation
It'd be
about
one
it.
thing if you said, I think I think that we should, or if I brought it up and I was like, hey, like, I really need to solve this acne problem, and you were like, okay, let's find a solution. You have to be more solution oriented, and also I'm your kid. So if you said that in that way, that would make sense. But the way you said it, like just pointing it out, I was like, oh my God, is this like the most noticeable thing about me? Do you understand?
I see. Okay.
Also,
Understood.
there are certain things that people do feel personally like.
I mean, for that, I will apologize because I didn't mean to do it that for you. And if it came across that way, I'm sorry too.
Honestly, I've moved on now, so I feel
Yeah,
like
because you've dealt with the problem, which is great. But I'm just saying that at that time, it must have been really
You got two
problematic.
apologies. You should accept both. Are you
Yeah,
accepting
there
either
should
of
be a
them?
third coming right
I'm
up.
not apologizing.
I heard you called me pepperoni pizza.
I did not do that.
Oh my God.
I never said that.
I did.
Vera, did you
I
say
It
it?
does
never
sound
said
like
that.
a word you would come up
I
with.
definitely did not say that.
There's no way.
I
pepperoni
remember
pizza.
it too.
Are you
know
accepting
what?
their apologies or
I
not? Like, I don't
remember it.
understand
I
why you're
remember because
begging.
we were walking on the street with Mom, and Bridge whispered to Veer, and Veer started laughing, and Mom came running to my defense because she's my only defender in this family. Only defender. And I was like, was it about my acne? Was it about my acne? No. And then you guys were hysterically laughing, just like this, just like this, just like this.
Bro.
Was it or was it not that moment?
No, I don't know if it was that. I don't really
Be honest,
remember.
Veer.
I don't remember.
You remember. You have
I don't
dinosaur
remember.
level memory. Just admit it.
He's making an allegiance now. He's like, he doesn't want to throw
He's
Bridge
pleading
under
the
bed.
fifth.
Yeah.
No, I would gladly throw him under the bus. I'm gonna bring the bus to run. I'll drive the bus.
That was funny.
Yeah, all right, well, I'll give you guys some background, just some bridge background moment. I grew up with a friend group and continuously have a friend group, or high school, college, and outside of high school friend group. And we were very, very open and honest with each other, like extremely open and honest with each other about everything. And we felt like somebody was dating the wrong person for whatever reason, we'd call them out. And we felt like somebody did something stupid with their appearance, or maybe they dyed their hair or wore some stupid outfit, we'd call them out. It was a very fluidly, like, open shot friend group, and all of them were just like, just throw whatever you want to say, no one's gonna take it personally, it's just funny at the end of the day. So with that, it was like, there's two things that come out of that, which is one, I'm not as like keen to apologizing or like holding myself back from being honest with people, because I just grew up in such an open friend group. When it came to that, I've lost my sense of like, okay, sometimes I need to slow it down a little bit. When it comes to people I don't know, obviously I'm not like, I get the social cues and I understand not to point out somebody's acne or something. But when it comes to people I'm friends with, and especially family, I'm very quick to call people out the same way I expect them to call me out too. Secondly, which is the good part about this, like that's the bad part, is it can hurt someone's feelings and it can make me want to apologize, or I say something in the heat of the moment that I do mean. This is the other thing. I truly believe that when I yell something in the heat of the moment, like I'm really speaking from like the heart. Like that's what I've been thinking the last couple of days. And me getting angry is what it took for me to deliver what I'm saying out loud. Like one time my friend was being extremely stupid when he was drunk, and he pissed me off a lot. Like he just continuously pissed me off. And I really lost it, and told him he's the worst person to hang out with when he's drunk. He gets really aggressive. It's extremely frustrating. He needs to work on it or go to therapy or something. Like I told him like a lot of insults, but it was literally how I truly felt because I had experienced it for multiple times. So that's the other thing that I've understood when it comes to your guys' fight. Like, honestly, I believe that's how you guys both truly feel. Like, you yourself said, it's been 20 years of him doing it, and I let it all out. And then you were saying, I'm not apologizing for it. You've probably been thinking in your head, F off for the last, like, 6 months when it came to a lot of this stuff. And it took you getting angry to yell it and
So what
say,
about
"Get
when
it
mom
out."
said all those disrespectful things to you?
it's different when she does it in that way because mom gets like particularly angry in certain moments, and maybe you do mean some of it. There's a chance that maybe you do, like you are saying it out of your truth, but sometimes it doesn't feel like it, and I can accept, especially when you apologize.
Exactly. The thing is that, do you believe that I think you're not part of this family, you've done nothing for us?
No.
Do you believe that? Because
I
a lot
don't.
of these things, they hurt when you feel like they're true. Otherwise, you
Oh
know
my
that
God.
the person
So
will
like,
believe it.
so you will
That
just
is true.
completely
Wait,
Yes,
that is a
that's
fact.
true.
You should
Yes.
repeat that point
because
I think that wasn't
Because
given
I
enough
think
shine.
a lot of
so then
fam-
what is even the point of it? Just say all kinds of things because they already know what the truth is.
But it is true. People already know how you feel about them. You don't have to spell it out.
Yeah.
Like, that's why.
Yeah,
Okay, let's
I
ask them. Bridge, how do you think I feel about you?
Well, it's not that. That's
Tell me, how do you think? What do I think of you?
Tell.
Well, I think that you
Mom,
think of
what do
me
you-
as your son. You want me to be successful, and that's pretty much it.
No.
As a person, what do I think as your strengths, your weaknesses? What do I think?
Okay. I don't know what you would say. I think weaknesses you would label as I'm way too rash. I think you'd label that as a weakness. I think you don't think I can study as hard as I need to be. I don't have that level of like, maybe I don't want to say work ethic because I do have a crazy work ethic, but like when it comes to academics specifically, you think I struggle with that, which is fair, I do. And when it comes to strengths, I don't really know what I would say you would label my strengths are.
Physical discipline with your body, I think, is a major strength.
Yeah. Okay.
You know.
Okay, no, I have a hot take question.
What?
Do you think if you were not at Cornell, if you were not successful in whatever way he counts success, you would have the same relationship with him?
That's a good question.
Look at his smile. It's so cute. I could see it in his smile, his answer.
And then I want Didi to answer the same
This is
question
a
about Stanford.
biological thing.
I would say, I don't know. I mean, it's hard to imagine because, like, it's not like me getting into Cornell was, like, changed who I am. Like, I was at that stage where I could work hard and I had that ethic.
Right.
Regardless of Cornell. And I feel like you knew that.
I think as
No,
Veer
he
has
or
said,
me? He or me?
Yeah. Did you know? Did you think that?
Veer said this a few episodes ago, and I think the same holds true for you and for Didi. I always valued effort more than result. So if I thought that you were slacking off and not even making an effort, then your mother is right. I would
Yeah.
not feel good about that.
Yeah.
But each one of you made the effort, starting with your sister. They really made the effort, and you got the rewards as well. But I think that had we not gone into STI, or Didi not gone into Stanford, or you not gone to Cornell, I wouldn't have cared. Because you did each of you made the effort. And I've said that I don't know how many million of times.
Yeah. No,
Millions of
I-
times.
I do-
You
you
should
do
collaborate
have
with the kids.
There are two problems with this statement, and I'm gonna explain them peacefully because I don't want to just work myself into a tizzy. First of all, he didn't have to worry about whether or not they will get in or not because he had me hovering over everybody like a mad barracuda, making sure that everything was on
Barracuda,
track.
where are these words
Track.
coming from?
Okay, so that's the first thing.
so many
and the
automatic
second
nouns.
thing is this whole effort thing is a hypothesis that has yet to be tested.
Yeah, hold on. I was thinking the
Like-
exact same
if
thing.
he was in Florida State University, the same exact kid that he is right now, or Miami or whatever, the same exact kid with the same work ethic, not as much academic and all of that, I'm not sure if this statement would hold true
I
for
completely
you.
agree.
And I can say with 100% confidence, it would hold true for me.
Yeah.
I mean, some of this is just kind of a little bit difference of how you and I grew up, right? You come from a family of successful business people who, for the most part, and in fact, to be honest, I should not say that. I only found out 20 years into the marriage that your older brother is actually an engineer. That's how little you cared about education.
That's true.
Yeah.
My brother has an engineering degree
And from a good college in
from
India.
a really good college, and none of us knew.
Guys,
I didn't even know.
It's Suresh from the book, by the way.
It's
because
Suresh from the
he's-
book.
I don't know why we're plugging the book so much, but he's the most beloved character in the book. That's the only reason I'm bringing it
Right?
up.
And when I found out, I was actually shocked because no one leading up to that point had ever mentioned it, ever, that he's actually an
Including
engineer.
him.
Including
He was
I mean,
almost a little
find that he was
ashamed
just
of
being
it.
yeah,
modest.
he was ashamed
He
of
was a little
it.
ashamed
So
of
my
it.
point in saying all of this is that clearly it's a family that does not value education as much as business and work ethic and entrepreneurship and imagination, which are very valuable characteristics anyway. I come from the exact opposite. My
That-
dad was a government
that's
servant.
actually
That
very
may
fair.
be.
That is a good point.
But your point that you only value the effort and don't care about the results, I'm challenging that statement.
And also, you did say in our last episode when we talked about it, you told me that, and in your head, your mind was racing about whether I was going to get in or not.
What was the context when I said that?
About getting into Stuyvesant.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what you mean by that.
Like, you were super nervous and you cared a lot about whether or not I got in.
But that's natural human tendency that I would not, let's say, had you not gotten into Stuyvesant, I would not have cared.
You would not have cared?
I mean, I would have cared that it makes you feel bad because I know how much you wanted it too.
But you truly wouldn't have looked at me any
Actually would not
different?
have looked at you any different, no. At all. Zero. Zero. Less than zero.
Okay.
I feel like a lot of this, and this is not to be like offensive at all, but I feel like a lot of this is like put upon the idea that we all have extremely strong connections with you or extremely strong relationships, which I feel like none of us do. So like, what would have changed? Let's say we didn't get into a school or we got into a school. What changes about our relationship? Like, it's not like we get dinner or like you come to any of the family like hangouts or anything. Like, if we're being completely honest, which is why I was laughing at the start, is like, I really don't understand what relationship we keep referring to, because I do have a relationship with you and I respect your opinion a lot, but we don't text. Like, there's probably weeks that go by where I don't hear from you or you don't hear from me. That never happens with mom, right? Like, I know exactly what's happening with mom pretty much every single day. She knows exactly what's happening with me, even though I don't want her to every single day.
Wait.
So it's like, we're putting a lot of this, and I know a lot of families are definitely, especially the kids, are gonna feel the same way, where it's like, how would the relationship change? But like, it wouldn't
I think
really
over the
change.
course of time, it would make it maybe less respectful. Is that
Yeah.
maybe that's how you meant it?
Maybe that's
how
the
you meant
only
it.
way. But even then, it's not like it's not like our day-to-day would change. It's not like I would be
that's
like, you know what,
probably
I'm gonna hang out with dad less, or we seem to be hanging out more or less. Like, we don't really hang out in the beginning.
The reason we're doing this topic for a number of reasons, but one of the things that a lot of the podcast audience has suggested is that they have relationships with family members that they no longer speak to. That like it got to a point in some way where someone said something that was so severe, it just completely eliminated the relationship altogether. And for some reason, despite you guys fighting constantly, I mean, really constantly, and the five of us bickering and mom says things to Bridge, that hasn't happened.
Is it the aggressor's job to rekindle the relationship every time?
That's a good question. Is it?
Like, if a relationship between two family members gets completely broken up because the person who is like starting the fight was so severe, is it the job of the person who started the fight to apologize every time, or should the person who was receiving all the backlash also make an effort at some point?
The issue is that in most acrimonious situations, it is not clear who is the aggressor, and especially not to the aggressor.
Yeah.
You ask either, like the fight we had today, I feel like he started it, and I'm sure if you ask him, he's going to say I started it.
I mean, to say that I started it is a bit like really out there.
No.
Because I was walking across the street
So
and
this
you
is our
started
point.
to scream on the top of your lungs about waking Bridge up.
Guys, I just want to paint a picture just because it was really funny because I was there. Me and mom were about to go for our walk, our Sunday morning where we talk about what's happening with the business, what's happening with the family, etc. And we were walking, and Dad was joyfully walking back because I think
With AirPods in my ears.
With AirPods in his ears, because he, I think, thought that we were about to greet him. And Mom was reeling. She was reeling, and he was walking towards us with a smile. And Mom was getting ready to just wham at him. He didn't even take his AirPods out. Because he didn't need to. And Mom started just 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 2. And I was just standing there.
Because we just came down from Bridge. Poor boy, last night, the only thing he said after 20 million hours of coding, Mom, let me sleep in until it's time to get ready for
think
the
the
park.
thing is that-
And then I wake up and his door is wide open. All the closet is open because he's looking for his shorts.
In whose room?
One high quality short that he's carrying around because it's the only short he owns. Like, I've been saying, buy 50 pairs and just shove them in your closet so we don't have to worry about this.
It was just, I think you caught him so by surprise. Were you caught off guard?
Yeah, that was literally the last thing that I thought was going to happen. I thought of all the possible things that could occur in that moment. That was the least likely
Because
to
you
happen.
were just smiling so big, and in my mind, I was thinking, oh my goodness, he has no idea. He's getting his vitamin D, drinking his coffee, listening to his music, and Mom was just...
I was so angry because I saw my son.
Yes, but
He's like, this
ultimately,
poor boy barely sleeps.
ultimately, I think what's interesting...
I don't even think he knows that how severe this one's insomnia is. Do
what
you
I did
know
not,
how
what I
severe
did
it
not
is?
know is that he can't go back to sleep. Most boys
A lot of
who
the time
live
he
in
can't go
hostels,
to
and I
sleep
looked at the
either.
hostel too, are disturbed by noise all the time because there's boys banging, boys in dorms running around, and you become completely immune
But
to that noise.
he's home, so he doesn't have to deal with that.
I'm just saying it
This
becomes
home
part of your
is
thing.
a sanctuary. This home is where it's nicer than that. That's why kids come home.
Yeah, that's true. It's a sanctuary.
I mean, otherwise, like I could be out there like doing things in his room and every room, like at 7 in the morning.
okay, but let's give some. Let's be forward thinking. What do you do when you say something you don't mean, or how do you resolve that kind of conflict? Because ultimately,
I mean, I'll tell you how she resolved it. She sent me a text that we have a dinner with her cousin and husband. That's her way of saying sorry.
No, that is not an apology. There was a dinner planned, and I wanted to let you
But
know
you
so
could
you don't
also have
freak
said
out.
that don't come.
Yeah, if you don't want to come, don't come.
I mean, it's a very good South Indian place. You're paying for it. I want to eat it.
Listen, I think the way to resolve it, which I said earlier, is you give a sincere apology. You acknowledge it. Maybe also, you don't have to take it back. Like, you don't have to say, if I say something to mom, like, Mom, I think sometimes you are too overbearing. If I said that to you and I meant it, I don't mean it. But if I did mean it, and I said it and I know it hurt your feelings, I can say, I'm really sorry for presenting it maybe in a really angry way, but I do think you are a little overbearing and I do think we should talk about that. That's great. Or saying like, I apologize for hurting your feelings, but I do want to speak about this. Or if you just messed up and said something you just obviously don't mean, like you said to me, you can just say, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say it, and I take it back. And that's it.
something mom does with me, which I really appreciate, is we got into a fight where you said something that you didn't mean, I think, and I got really, really upset.
What did she say?
She was just saying, I can't remember.
I'm sure it was tiny as a ratio of the time she spends with you. I mean, that's her definition now, right? So now we will always measure what ratio of this abuse compared to all the other context of language that she's had with you is it? And if is there a number two? Less than 1%, less than 0.5%? I can do the math for you if you want.
I think we're
I'm
just
good at
all
math.
obsessed with using the word ratio because it's a math term. Because they keep
No,
using
she-
She
ratio,
said that there is a ratio we need to calculate. She didn't give us a trigger of the ratio.
No,
but
but-
we at least now know it's a ratio.
I remember I was so upset and I was crying in the bathroom and I had closed the door and she stayed outside of the bathroom door and was like, can we please go for a walk? Can we please go for a walk? And like, I felt like you didn't abandon me. You know, I think in a moment when someone is really upset, it's really easy to be like, let me give them their space.
He does that all the time. He'd just be like, F off and just walk away.
That did happen. But I did really appreciate.
You could have stood there and be like, why are you
I'm
so
trying to
angry?
give you your flowers.
Okay.
Like,
Yeah. I mean, I already played that conversation to the end in my head.
Okay.
Can I play that conversation? Why are you so angry? He worked for 20 hours. He has his blah, 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 blah about bridge. I'm saying, yes, I understand, but he also lives in a dorm. He's used to noise, and I just need to pick up. I was quiet. You were not quiet. You woke me up in the other room. I could hear it all. And then, that conversation worth happening, or the F-off was better?
No, only person who looks for pants, every door.
Yeah, that is so
Who's
true.
Who's looking for a t-shirt or a pair of shorts? Like, what are you doing? What are we in like some like drumming band in like Africa?
Yeah, you
somewhere
actually
playing
did
the
make like the
Congo?
maximum extent of
Yeah.
noise possible while
Yeah.
looking for the short.
You were just
Like,
angry. Why
couldn't
don't
just,
you
like-
just say it? You were angry that your shorts were not there. Your one high quality shorts. Which,
I wasn't
like,
angry.
Nobody in this house knows they're high quality.
Did you end up
First of all.
finding them?
No.
No.
Okay, so this is going to be an ongoing thing.
okay.
The amount of like thuds that went on. First I woke up, I'm like, are we having an earthquake?
Oh, yeah.
No, take it to this one. Maybe as a ratio of all the other things, this is very little still towards me.
All
So
I
keep
wanted
going.
to say is that I think it's really impressive that mom did not abandon and she stayed outside and then eventually
Can I just say one more thing?
no.
If you're going to use the ratio
Stop cutting her
example,
off.
I'm
then how
trying.
little we talk to each other, as a ratio of that, it's all just fights.
We don't talk. But somebody in this house, sitting around this table right now, makes it so your clothes come back clean every day in your closet. There is food in the fridge. So we may not talk, but somebody for 28 years has been managing
Yeah.
this situation
Yeah.
every single day. It doesn't fall out of a sky. We don't have 5 servants over here. We don't live in India. Like, so how is that happening? You know how crazy it is that you don't even have to say a word and everything is managed properly for you?
I choked on my water. Sorry, yeah,
What
I'm
were
sorry
you
for
saying,
cutting you
Zoya?
off.
You were saying
What I'm
something.
gonna say is that if you're tired of hearing them fight every single episode for like 30 minutes, maybe 40 minutes of the episode, can you please do two things? One, can you comment, I'm tired of them fighting, so we know and I can then show proof to both of them that this is getting so exhausting. And secondly, every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 5 p.m. Pacific, me, Didi, and Veer host our own live stream on Instagram, and where they're not part of it, so their fights are not part of it, and we just have honest conversations with each other
But
about
I might
what's going
drop
on
in
life.
once in a while.
And not together. You will not drop in at the same time
Yeah.
because then you ambush the live stream and it's you guys fighting constantly. And I know every other family deals with this. The parents, you know what I started to think? I started to think this too. We are talking to Anit, which is our matchmaker friend. We have an episode with him if you remember that episode.
And we're gonna do another episode with him because we saw a lot of people enjoyed that episode.
Yeah. And what he told me is that he said, Bridge, I asked him, why aren't you married? And he said, marriage doesn't last because you cannot love somebody logically for an extended period of time. And eventually it'll become all fights, and every single person you know that's married right now just fights all the time and there's no love. And then I said, that's crazy. Love is the most powerful emotion. Why would you not chase after it? But then I thought of all the couples that I know, and all of the parents just fight constant. All my friends, all their parents just fight. Literally, it's a topic of conversation with your friends to talk about, oh my God, all my parents do is just fight. They did the huge fight today. This is so annoying. You can text your girlfriend, my parents are fighting right now. This sucks. Like, that's literally half the conversations you have with your friends nowadays because all parents do is fight. So if you relate to that, can
hopefully
you please?
you and
Well-
your siblings will make better parents 20 or 10 years from now. Let's
I
see.
think we will. I think we will.
Bridge has been very optimistic. about
First of all, that's an unbelievable take from the guy who chose to become a matchmaker for a profession. Just for the record, you know how you're watching this recording. Obviously didn't start this.
Start what?
To go back this banter. I was respectful. You told me yesterday, Mom, please tone down the banter and the fighting with Dad. Was I not sitting here quiet like a mouse, respectful?
Yeah, she did do
I
that.
didn't say a word. You talk to your dad. It's fine. One thing I want to say about the apology, to tag on to you, if you're gonna apologize, actually just give an unqualified apology. If you're gonna apologize and be like, but you also said that,
Yeah, don't-
then
oh my
please
God.
just don't even apologize.
That's the
You know what?
worst.
Just don't
That's
go down
the
that
worst.
road.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just either say it with your chest or don't say it at all. It's as simple as that.
But also, if you really care about the person, don't abandon them. I actually do think that's really important. And maybe it's specifically important for
You
daughters.
mean while they're mad, like while they're?
like,
I don't abandon
no,
you.
no, mom's the least.
When mom
mom,
ever
the least
abandoned?
abandoned.
mom is the least.
But you
abandoned.
threatened to.
No,
No.
but
She threatens to, but almost as like a joke.
And she threatens everybody.
No, she does, but you know that when
Like,
she's
you could
threatening
barely
it-
know her and she'll be like, I could survive with you.
No, but
without
she's
her.
so
Like,
involved. She's so hyper
You do
involved.
say that.
She's so hyper involved that it's almost like sarcastic. You know
yeah,
what
it
I'm
is.
saying?
But she does say it.
No, because I do think like a lot of, I don't know what's happening in the world right now, but it feels like a lot of people are just abandoning their parents or just abandoning a loved one. And I don't know
Yeah.
everyone's individual situation, so I'm not going to say that things don't get complicated enough that that is warranted. Like if you're in a real situation where you are being hurt or taken advantage of, I'm not speaking to you. I'm speaking to people where it's more gray than that. Like if you just simply say, I'm not speaking to you again, and you delete that person out of your life, that's like really sad. You know what I mean? Like that is something that is, you know what I,
It
you
was
know,
just the funny. You said that was funny.
But I like to include people, and then people think my life will not go on without them.
Or I
Like,
remember-
our Uber driver is like, you need me tomorrow? I'm like, no, I'm fine. I
Because
will
people get
by.
attached to you. Yeah.
yeah, people get attached.
Like they literally start believing that I
You
can't
have to
get
differentiate
around with
who's
it.
getting attached to you and who's getting attached to your money, because those are two big things that you have to deal with as a
Yes, that's
star.
true.
And a lot of people are attached to you because you're either
Oh,
paying them or
great.
you have money.
Great. Oh, great. Now new things to worry about.
No, but that is true, and you don't really think about that sometimes. But I just think that, I don't know. I just think that people, do you see it with people? That people
Yeah.
are not speaking to their kids anymore?
Yeah,
Like,
I mean, listen,
what is it like from the parents' point of view?
I was estranged from my father. I mean,
Yeah.
I stopped talking to him when I was 15, and then
different.
it never mended. But it's like, it depends on the life circumstance. I can't say this or that, but there are circumstances
How
where it
did you
doesn't
know
make
that it didn't make sense to, I know why, but how did you
He
know?
didn't want to talk to me. I was not the one who ended it. He didn't want to talk to me. He was very clear. If you don't do this, I will not talk to you. And then I was like, but I don't want to get married. And then he made it like literally he died and left, did not talk to me.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
I was not allowed to be at his funeral. None of that. Like he
You weren't allowed to be at his funeral?
no.
I didn't
Like, he
Yeah.
put that in there, like, Zarna
But
will
it
not
was
show if
very
she's not
clear
here.
because when we found out he died, we were told that both my brothers will take care of it.
Wow.
Part of it is also the Hindu religion. Women are not really involved in the funeral.
Is that true?
Yeah.
The men carry the body and do the, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
But I was like, no one said to me, do you want to come? Do you want to look at him one last? There was none of that. Like, and everybody knew that he did not want to have a relationship with me. He cut me off.
Wow.
I didn't have a problem with him. Like, eventually life moved on. I got married for better or for worse. We won't get into it. But, you know. And anyway, this has been our episode on saying things you don't mean, meaning things that you say, and what is that in between Why are you laughing?
Because you're just like, I won't get into it.
Because like, again, if I get into it, it's going to become a problem.
Okay, come.
As we end every episode with a round of good grades with Garg, so too we are going to end this episode with a round of good grades with Gargs, where each Garg gives another Garg an A grade for the winning moment of the episode, the enlightening moment, the entertaining moment, the standout moment. Who wants to go first?
I'm gonna give my A grade to Mom because I actually really respect the way that you fight. Because I mean, maybe it's a little bit to Bridge too, because I think what he said is true. When you're really angry and you just let it out, there is sometimes truth that you've been holding in for a long time that needed to come out. So I really respect that when that truth comes out, you don't just abandon anyone. I've always felt like we're going to get through the fight, even if the fight gets really nasty.
Yeah, I'm also going to give my A grade to Mom for a similar reason. I think that when you are the leader of the Titanic, you're the last one to go down, but that doesn't mean you don't scream at everybody who messed up and made it so that the Titanic starts sinking. And as a leader, it's your job to do that. It's your job to hold everybody accountable, not just the family, but the producer, the other people in the operation, everybody who helps. That's your job, and that's a lot of responsibility. And if people are having issues, if I'm having an issue with Veer, that's your job. If Didi's having an issue with me, it's your job. It's just everything comes back to your job, and you handle it so well as if it's like not your job, but it's just like something you can do naturally. So I'm giving you the A grade for that.
I'm also going to give my A grade to Mom. I've really, like, I've been thinking about this for a while. I completely agree with your point that it's so much, it's 10 times easier to say attach yourself to the effort than the results, but when the results don't come through, it's such a big deal. So, like, I completely agree with that, and you really spoke my point for me.
I'm going to give my A grade to Bridge for his belief in love and family and how he will do better than he has seen his friends and their parents. Not his friends, but his friends' parents too. I think that innate belief is very enduring.
Yeah.
I'm going to give my A grade in extreme protest and under some emotional duress to Shalabh.
That was
But look at the qualifiers ahead of it.
Dad, can you
Because
just get excited that you're
Despite
getting an
all the hostility, despite all the anger, the ups and downs, and there have been many, many downs, it has pretty much been a downward trend. For 28 years, we're still here fighting it out and trying to hold it together and trying to keep up a responsible roof over our head and paying our bills every month. Something I'm very proud of, which you guys will learn is a thing. Because I have friends who declared bankruptcy like 3 times.
I know, but we're not holding. We got 3 kids and a wife.
Like, I have friends who like literally have been like, yeah, we're just going to declare bankruptcy. Like, not even think twice. Whereas we have, through our fights, kept everything going, paid all our taxes and millions of dollars in taxes. Don't get me started because it's April approaching and I'm already upset about that. And yeah, so it's something in there is working. I don't know what it is and if it will ever reveal itself.
But can you eat this or this is not to be eaten?
No,
No,
that's
he's
part
still
of our
not
display.
doing
Do you want to respond to that?
I
That
have
was
no
so.
response.
But that was so endearing.
I understand, but I take the A grade. I deserve it.
Oh, God, bro.
Okay, anyway, this is the story of my life playing out in real time. So feel free to comment on it. But this has been our episode on saying things you mean, meaning things you say, how to apologize, and all things family and love and commitment and togetherness. Please like, share, comment. We read all your comments. And you know this because we respond to all of them. Please give us a review on Spotify, on Apple, on YouTube. We don't know how to do these things. We're learning with you. But if you know how to do them, please take a moment and give us a review. Please subscribe to our channel. We're trying so hard to make it grow and put more positivity out into the world. We just are so thrilled to be your digital family. Until we meet again, everybody say bye.
Bye.